I'm back on my rock here in Central Park. Beautiful morning. I hope everybody had a great relaxing last couple days. If you followed the advice that the Spirit gave me, it was just sit and be still. It was appropriately timed too, because what's taking place, the disciples weren't prepared for what was happening, and Jesus was trying to prepare for what was happening, but everything that was in his way was really revolved around satanic things, spiritual things, just trying to stop him, stop the disciples, get him betrayed. All these things are going up against. The spiritual war was fierce. And the disciples fully didn't understand that. And there's something that took place very significant in the Garden of Gethsemane. We're just going to pick it up right there where we left off. Then Jesus came to them to a place called Gethsemane and said to the disciples, "Sit here while I go and pray over there." And he took with him Peter and 2 sons of Zebedee, and he began to be sorrowful and deeply distressed. That's Peter and James and John. Then he said to them, "My soul is exceedingly sorrowful, even to death. Stay here and watch with me." He went a little further and fell on his face and prayed, "Oh, my Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as you will." And he came to the disciples and found them asleep and said to Peter, "What? Could you not watch with me 1 hour?" Now, this event that takes place here, Jesus is literally begging God to take this from. He doesn't want to do this. Who wants to? He knows what he's up against. He knows what's about to happen. He's outside of time. He's seen the beginning, middle, and end, all of it. He knows what's about to happen. Of course, he doesn't want to endure this. And the people that he's doing it for the world, but the people that are right in front of him that he's doing it for, they're sleeping. If we look at Luke's account, there's something that he says here in Luke that's pretty significant. So we're going to go to Luke 22:39. And coming out, he went to the Mount of Olives, as he was accustomed, and his disciples also followed him. When he came to the place, he said to them, "Pray that you may not enter into temptation." And he was withdrawn from them, about a stone's throw away, and he knelt down and prayed, saying, "Father, if it is your will, remove this cup from me. Nevertheless, not my will, but yours be done." Then an angel appeared to him from heaven, strengthening him. And being in agony, he prayed more earnestly, and his sweat became like great drops of blood falling down to the ground. When he rose up from prayer, he had come to his disciples. He found them sleeping from sorrow. He said to them, "Why do you sleep? Rise and pray, lest you enter into temptation." I found this version significantly more beautiful because he's begging God for things to change, to be different. And an angel comes and ministers to him. And I find that heartfelt, because there's been so many times in my life, and I know you've had them in your life, where you're just begging God for something. God, let this thing not happen, or let this thing take place, or please bring this thing into my life, or please save my family. Like, there's so many things that we're begging God for. And sometimes those things are necessary. This was necessary. Jesus, his son, his only begotten son, begging him, "Take this from me." But Jesus knew he couldn't. And God knew he couldn't. So he sends an angel to comfort him. And to some degrees, I think that might have made it harder to see the heavenly realm there with you and know that this is the only way. This is the way. From Adam and Eve on, this has always been the way. When he told Cain and Abel to sacrifice animals and not vegetables, because this was the way. It had to be a blood sacrifice. It had to be. And this weighs so heavy that his drops of sweat are like drops of blood falling to the ground. It's weighing heavy. And he's begging just anything but this. But he knows, and God knows, this is the only answer. And I think so often in our lives that is the case, where there is no other answer. It's unfortunate, but this is the answer. And I think that one of my favorite things about God is he gets it. He gets it. You know, he knows what it's like. He knows what this earth is like. He knows what it's like to be human, to be beaten and broken down. He gets it. He knows what it's like, and he took it voluntarily. It's beautiful. Just incredible. And he did it not because he wanted to, but he did because he had to. And in the end, I believe he'd do it again if he had to. He doesn't have to, but if he would, he loves us that much. I think really honestly, we all need to take a moment and think about what it is he did for us. And how much he did not want to do it. Beg God to take it from him, and God sent an angel to comfort him because there was no other option. This was it. This was the way. This is the way of redeeming mankind. From the beginning of time on. But feel great comfort. You worship a God who gets it. Hope this video helps. If you like this video, click like and subscribe. Feel called to support this channel with Patreon. That link is below. But the most important part of this channel is we take prayer requests. So please don't ever hesitate to send that in. Thank you for watching this episode of God, Family, and Guns. And as always, love God. Love your family. And love guns.